slow, but wait for them. Hi, my name is Masih Alinejad. I'm coming from Iran, a country where a female-led revolution is still burning. The revolution is called Women, Life, Freedom. But you all remember, last year, the unity and solidarity between Iranian people and all of you helped us to get the attention of the democratic countries. The leaders in the West were cutting their hair. But today I'm here to tell you that they didn't cut their ties with the murderers, with the killers. I want to ask a simple question here. How many of you are the victim of oppressive regime in your own country? Hands up. How many of you managed to meet with the leaders of democratic countries? A few of us. And I want to tell you, today we are here, we are talking about these oppressive regimes from China to Russia to Venezuela to Iran, Zimbabwe, Nicaragua, everywhere. The representative of Taliban is here in Oslo and meeting with the policymakers. How ironic. Last year, women got killed in Iran. Women got kicked out from university in Afghanistan. But Islamic Republic being pointed out as the Vice President of General Assembly at the United Nations. So you see, United Nations is good at uniting dictators. Yes. And last year, 2 years ago, I met with Leopoldo Lopez, with Gary Kasparov, here at Oslo Freedom, and we realized that dictators are helping each other. And that's why they can oppress us and they can get the attention of the democratic leaders. We realize that we have to be united as well. With your help, all dissidents from autocracy and dictatorship, we created World Liberty Congress to be united. Please, don't get me wrong, but we are fed up at sitting here and talking about misery, sorrow, torture, being in prison, getting killed. Time has come that we commit to have a global rally against dictators. We have to take to the streets. Agree with me? Then we have to be united. Next time, we're going to have a global revolution against Putin, against Maduro, against Khamenei and his gang of killers across the globe. We need to have a women's march for women of Iran and Afghanistan. We commit to have a global and world rally everywhere against all dictators. These are the only way that we can win together.
Thank you, Mati. So as we speak, Raisi, the president of Iran, is in Caracas, Venezuela, meeting with Maduro, as we speak. 3 weeks ago, Lavrov, the foreign minister of Russia, representative of Putin, in the middle of the war, was in Caracas, meeting with Maduro. Then they went to Nicaragua and to Cuba to secure their foothold in the Americas. They've been doing the same in Africa. They've been doing the same in Asia with China. They are working together. They are expanding their model of autocracy. It's not ideology, because you have the mullahs from Iran, conservatives, to the Communist Party from China. It's not about ideology, it's about power, it's about autocracy. And it's about, as they said yesterday in Caracas, it's about going against their enemies. And part of what they identify as their enemies, not only the United States or liberal democracy as a model, is what they call the color revolutions. And the color revolutions is what many of us represent. Are the revolutions, the movements against autocratic regimes. So they are against all of us in each one of our countries. So as Masih said, we decided to come together, all of us, from all of autocratic regimes. And we created, with many people, more than 200 activists from all over the World Liberty Congress. We met for the first time last year in Lithuania. 44 countries were represented. During the first day, we heard those 44 delegations, 44 stories with different accents, different religions, different skin color, different institutions, different climate. but it was, at the end of the day, only one story. The story of those who fight for freedom, the story of those who are willing to take risks for freedom. And that's what we are doing with the World Liberty Congress. Coming together, joining efforts, working together with specific plans, being action-oriented, but something more important, becoming friends, friends in freedom, brothers and sisters with the same cause. Because what we are hearing here today is that these values, human rights, are universal, no boundaries. The violation of human rights anywhere is a violation of human rights everywhere. So that is why we will continue, and this November we will meet again to continue to grow, to strengthen our network, and to do action for freedom. And we ask all of you to become part of this global movement for freedom, with hope and with enthusiasm, with those who know that are in the right side of the history in fighting for freedom in the world. So we commend you to work with us, to work together in a common fight, in a common struggle for freedom. Thank you.
It's very difficult to speak after these two passionate appeals. Just, to summarize it, here at Oslo Freedom Forum, you hear this year and years before stories. And these stories, they inspire us to fight. But what is very important is now that as we turn these stories into action, we have to weaponize dreams and hopes to make them just real tools to recover freedom, because the freedom cannot be separated. We're here, and we talked about cooperation of dictators. Yeah, we're here when Iranian drones are killing Ukrainians by being used by Putin troops. So they know how to work together. So we decided we have to counter them. And by the way, we have to remind the world that we are not a minority, we are not victims. We are a majority, and we should be the winners. How many times you hear, on television, oh, the story is not that clear. Yes, it's the free world, West supports Ukraine, maybe Japan, Australia. So, but the rest, global South, oh, they're not so sure. They're not African countries who are supporting Vladimir Putin. They're African dictators. And the true representatives of African countries are sitting here. It's the behind every call for the so-called ceasefire in Ukraine and some direct or indirect support for Putin, you find an interest of corrupt dictatorship. So that's why we have to fight together, because either we'll lose together or we'll win together. And I believe we are on the right side of history, and it's time for us to become winners. Thank you.